Another thing is these drug programs of mine. I support original formula Coca-Cola, the stuff the Marx Brothers was drinking when they made those movies. You sell it in drugstores for $7 a bottle, and $6 goes to balance the budget and pay off the national debt. All right? Who's going to drink it? The unregistered voters are going to drink it. Who? I'm not going to drink it. I'm a Pepsi man. I'm not interested in it. I don't care. But there's people that will drink it. That ends all the cocaine traffic. The way it is now, the coke dealers, they can put $100 million in Swiss bank. Our money falls. The 100 is worth $150 million. They'll come here and buy an apartment complex. The moral structure is what the politicians will say. The politicians will say, well, our moral structure is going apart. Are you going to become immoral if you went and bought a bottle of original formula Coca-Cola? I don't think so. And the little old ladies who have arthritis, and if they could drink a 4-ounce juice glass full and go back to knitting, the drug companies are going to lose money from this. A lot of people would buy original formula Coca-Cola and they wouldn't buy their arthritis medicine. That you never hear about. So that ends the international coke traffic. And we'll sell it all over the world. I just assume trade original formula Coca-Cola for BMWs and Saabs and all of that stuff and VCRs. Okay, heroin. Heroin should be sold for $1 a shot. It ends all the junk traffic. The junkies will rehabilitate themselves. The program will pay for itself. The program will bring in $250,000 a day in New York City. This is the only way to wipe out shared needles in the opium dens. Because in the heroin dens, because in the shooting galleries, because even if you give them away needles for nothing, you're just going to take them and use them and then share them. They have a love affair with the needle, these junkies. So my idea, say you're a junkie guy, your girlfriend's a junkie girl, you did a couple thousand hits, you rehabilitated yourselves, you both got part-time jobs, you want to open up a little restaurant, you don't have any credit. For years you did unspeakable things, but you've got $2,000 invested in the junkies' ideal credit union. You could return to the program, borrow a few bucks, get back in the stream of American life. And the pot, let them sell it already and tax it at the farm level and tax it every step of the way. To think of a drop-lid street corner drain on a street corner on the public dole, he would become a taxpayer. It's double savings. They're going to keep doing it. They're not stopping. Even the New York Times said it. It's not my problem. What? Do I smoke dope? I smoke every dope within earshot. Stupid people burn up whenever I talk. Do I smoke dope? Bring your cup. I'm not into any of these drugs. They aren't my problem. It's your problem. And we have to solve the problem. And we need the money. And those drug programs are $200 billion right there. And it ends all this international drug traffic and puts it under government control, which is what Hugh Downs said at the end of 2020. So how much time we got left? About 3 or 4 minutes, huh? Let's put my address on the screen because people may want to support my campaign. I want to speak. I need the opportunity to speak with you at length and in depth. I want to spend an evening with you. I want to come to your church, your school. You want me to explain how to cut your rent in half and deflate the whole world economy so that in 40 years beer costs a nickel and space travel free? I can do this. So I ask for you to get in touch with me. How about putting my phone number on the screen? 716-873-8856. I don't have anywhere to stay tonight. I'm the homeless candidate. All right, I've got about $20 or $30 in my pocket, half a tank of gas, and nowhere to stay. If I can stay in your house tonight, please call me. My mother will answer the phone, and then I'll come to your house because I'm going to be in Nashua tomorrow. Here, let's put this on here. So we getting close on that? This is a picture of my mother. This was taken in 1972 when she became a protest candidate. She just didn't like any of them. She didn't like the president, and so she did this. And she wants to be in charge of the homeless. So it would be real good if you could get to meet my mother because you're going to see a lot of her if you elect me president. Where are we? How many minutes left we got? Put my address back on the screen. Can you do it, or are we done?
We got 5 minutes.
Oh, we got 5 whole minutes?
Yep.
Golly. I'll sit down the edge of the chair here. Oh, yeah, I got the poster. I better put the poster up. We're going to focus on that, I guess. Well, I ran through a lot of stuff, folks, you know, like, oh, my TV show. I didn't tell you about my TV show. Every night, after the day's work is done, I'm going to have my own TV show, live at the White House, an after-dinner United Family talk show. The best of everything you've ever seen for the last 20, 30, 40 years on TV. I'm approaching 50 already. And like you could see, you know, maybe former President Nixon would be on, and maybe Abby Hoffman would be on, and someone would come out and put down a cream pie between the two of them. I mean, it'll be really outrageous television. Okay, so that I want to have my own TV show live at the White House. Leaks, government leaks. Everyone in the government will have a thing with my own computer screen on it so that they could tell me, they could leak the information to me first. And of course, in my TV program, I give you tomorrow's news today, always a day in advance. So here, let's look at this. I've been hanging them up today when I got into New Hampshire. It says, wanted, Michael Levinson for president, Muhammad Ali for vice president. He's my choice, Muhammad Ali. All right, he's a stand-up guy. He's a fighter for human rights. He's Muslim, he's black, he's loved by all people, and he's world-renowned, and he ain't a wimp. So it says on the bottom of the poster, I proclaim, your name goes in here. Joe was my friend. After my election, if you need the president of USA, you can talk to Joe, who can pick up the phone, call me at the White House, and her call will always be returned because Joe's place is one of my grassroots offices. That's the way I feel about it. I've got programs for drug reform, for you. I have so much with Michael's, so there's much to be done. I seek Republican, but I ask all Democrats to use the write-in ballot. Any of these voters, and it's up to you. I'm going to go back to Buffalo in a couple of days. I haven't had any money. And I'm going to come back here. CBS called me. They might want to shoot me somewhere on the 8th. Maybe we could create a charade for them. I want to come to your school. I want to come to your church. I want to come to your town hall. We should be able to do it right here. And if people send me money, and I didn't say send me money, you want one of my books, you got to send me money. You loan me money, I loan you a book. So that if you support me and you put your bucks up, then I'll get a lawyer and I'll take the station to court. And the judge is going to say that I'm entitled to the time because I really know the communications law. So of all the candidates for president, I'm the only one to have asked for time, and this is a very unhealthy precedent because this means if George Bush wants more than a half an hour, he can't have it. If any of them want more than a half an hour, he can't have it. What do we got left? A minute? Shall I leave with a little humor? There's this other guy out there running, you know, he's the candidate of New Directions. And he says, you know, like, New Directions, okay, you know, like, New Directions. Okay, if I have to ask you directions, it must be new, huh? All right, let's try it again. New Directions. This is what the guy's saying. Of course, he hasn't said it for the last month and a half because whatever. So that's a good pun, you know. I want to get that off the board anyways. I didn't know if I would do that or not, but I thought, what the heck, I might as well show you. Jesse Jackson does a real interesting thing. Do we have time or are we out of time?
Yeah, one more minute.
One more minute. All right, Jesse Jackson goes like this. He says, how many people own an MX missile? How many people own a VCR? Half the people raise their hand. How many people own an MX missile? Nobody raise their hands. How many people know anybody owns one? Nobody raise their hands. Oh, I will do it again. How many people own a VCR? I don't. If you've recorded this, you've got it. I don't. How many people own an MX missile? We all do. And thank God they're not for sale. So I'm Michael Stephen Levinson, the guy that came to talk to you. And I want to spend an evening with you. And thank you very much for your time.
30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds. There's the number. You call, you talk to my mother, you put me up for the night. I got nowhere to stay. I'll have to sleep in my car in a parking lot. It's true. I'm very serious. Then the homeless candidate. Then put my address up there. Because if you support my campaign, then I'm coming back. And if you don't support my campaign, where's my address?
It's coming up.
Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah. So that if you support my campaign, that's my address, Buffalo, New York, 14216. I will get it. And so I ask for your support. I would never walk up to someone privately and ask, but I ask you for your support. 3, 2, I love you, New Hampshire.
The airtime for this broadcast has been made available to Mr. Michael Levinson by New Hampshire Public Television in accordance with requirements of the law.